Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Dr. Doctor, the show where no topic is too hot or too cold. Whether it's politics, religion, relationships, entertainment, or everyday life, you will be hearing from the experts. This show is not for the faint of heart or the faint of mind. But if you want to be inspired, you have come to the right place. And now, prepare to be enlightened as we introduce the host of Dr. Doctor, Dr. Peter Tassi, and his close advisor, Dr. Fooch.
Greetings and welcome to Dr. Doctor. We recognize those on our show, including yours truly and my co-host Dr. Fooch, as doctors. We haven't received that piece of paper issued by some university, but we've been issued the title by life itself. For all that we've been through, like you out there, the ups and downs, the good times, the bad, in addition to our life experiences and wisdom, life grants us this honorary degree. Today we're tackling another difficult topic, workplace drama. Whenever I've seen workplace drama at work and experienced it, I feel like I'm back in elementary school or high school, dealing with children. Workplace drama is a big problem in a lot of workplaces. People in cliques, people trying to run popularity contests. It's an absolute nightmare. People exclude other people, people gossiping and talking about other people, and sometimes destroying their career, even though it may appear to be innocent. It doesn't turn out to be innocent. Even though the intention might not be to destroy someone's life, it can destroy someone's life. Workplace drama. Why do we do it? Why do we waste our time getting involved in it? Here with me today is your co-host, Dr. Fooch, and I want to ask Dr. Fooch, why do you think people are so getting involved in workplace drama? Or why do they even participate in it? What do you have to say about this topic?
Well, before I can make my opinion on it, you made a very good point, okay? It's almost like in an elementary school, in which we've experienced in our time, it's that schoolyard mentality.
Exactly.
That's basically, and it continues into adulthood.
Yes.
And what was your second question? Your first.
Well, why do people do it? Why do people do it? It is childhood. They're childish. Why do people do it? Why do they create drama at work and lose focus and forget about the mission they've got at hand? Why do they do this?
Well, to begin with, it's usually initiated by one individual. Now, to suggest that this individual can be of low self-esteem, identity difficulties, insecurities, and it's like they have an appetite for disturbance in the working environment.
Yeah.
Which is probably driven by their self-ego. That's the way I look at it anyway.
Yeah. Some people relish chaos. If you gave them a comfortable life, peaceful, quiet, same with a career, comfortable career, peaceful, quiet, everything goes smooth, they will create drama.
Exactly.
Because people cannot live without drama. It's like finding happiness, which is a very difficult thing to do. We all know that. We have to work hard to find happiness. Oh, by the way, I want to mention, if you're a person who's truly in pursuit of happiness, and you're willing to do the work, there's a great book out there. It's called My 3 Promises, Your Path to Happiness. It's on Amazon.
That's pretty cool.
My 3 Promises, Your Path to Happiness. So for those of you out there, if you're interested in pursuing happiness and you're willing to do the difficult work to get it, take a look at that book on Amazon. Anyway, getting back to our topic
Very interesting.
here. Yeah, getting back to our topic, it's amazing how people can be living a relatively happy life, or given all the tools to live a happy life, given all the resources, the foundation, and then they create chaos. They find misery in happiness. They have to be happy because they're so programmed for drama, they're so programmed for misery that they will switch gears and take that life or that career or that workplace environment, and they will turn it around and make it miserable. For some reason, that's their comfort zone. You mentioned insecurity. It could be because they were raised insecure. It makes them feel important. Could be because they were raised in an environment that there was a lot of fighting at home or arguing or whatever. I don't know the answer to this question.
Workplace drama, when it's initiated, let's say it's one individual, whatever, I can almost guarantee something is not going right in their life, okay? And generally, it is not about the workplace, your employer, the environment, your job. It's generally about that person, that they're not at peace with themselves outside of their job. So what they'll do is, that driving force, let's use the word poison, they bring into the working environment.
Right.
Which is, it can be very contagious.
Yes.
Which is not good.
No.
It's no good for absolutely nothing.
No, it isn't. Yeah, the people, look at gossip in the workplace, which is part of creating drama. People gossip about other people. Sometimes they embellish things. They even lie. They can destroy people's lives. But they get off on this. This is something they get off on, whether it makes them feel important or whatever the cockamamie thing is going on in their head. I don't know.
But you know what is amazing? And they say this in studies, okay? What really, what goes on in workplace drama and actual working hours. They'll do it on lunch breaks. They'll do it on regular morning and afternoon breaks. And this goes on and on and on, continuing you're getting paid, by the way, doing your job. They're texting back and forth while they're doing their work.
Yeah.
It is not good.
No.
And there has been cases, unfortunately, okay. It's no different than when you see bullying, let's say in the high school level. All of a sudden, that gets on social media and posting. Adults do it.
Yes.
However, which can result in criminal charges. Not good. Not good.
Right.
To me, this is like mentally wasteful exercise.
Yeah.
It's such a thought process. It results in unproductive behavior, chipping away at the morale.
Yes,
Let's
definitely.
say, when you have a team effort or whatever,
Yeah.
it's not good.
No.
It is not good.
No. And people don't realize, I think, that, when they do that, we catch ourselves. Sometimes in life, we'll catch ourselves saying something, ooh, I wish I didn't say that. Why did I just say that? And so we know cognitively that we shouldn't be doing this, or we shouldn't be saying these things. But we all fall prey to that. We make mistakes. We say things about someone else we shouldn't. We can quickly correct it by just apologizing, but to ourselves and to the person we're talking to. But I think that if people were more cognizant
Right.
they would correct themselves. They would think cognitively before they reacted emotionally. And before they slam someone or spend half an hour at the workplace, wasted time being paid by the employer or being paid by the tax dollars, instead of spending a half an hour jibber-jabbering, causing drama in the workplace, gossiping on other people, creating problems that don't exist.
Such an illusion.
Yeah, that they if they can think first, they can correct themselves. They can stop themselves. We can stop ourselves from doing it, but it takes discipline. It takes a cognitive discipline to say, "Oh, I'm not going to get into that because I'm going to waste 20 minutes of my work schedule here and their work schedule talking about some other person, or creating a problem at work that doesn't really exist."
You know what the ironic thing is? We have 24 hours in a day.
Yeah.
How much time in that day do you actually spend in the workplace? It is actually way more than a third of your day.
Right. Yes.
And in that third of your day, wouldn't you want it to go well?
Exactly.
Rather than stress everybody else out?
Right.
And a perpetrator in the action of causing drama is actually stressing and draining himself out or herself.
Yes, absolutely.
Not good.
Absolutely. And you're leaving work that day, you're coming home thinking, wait a minute, did I say something today I shouldn't have? Did I waste a lot of time at work today creating problems, or was I a solver, problem solver, or problem creator? Some people just love being a problem creator, and they actually create problems at work that don't really exist. You see this with some bosses, right?
Yeah.
Some bosses, bad leadership. I mean, I don't know why companies don't spend more time and energy picking the right person for leadership roles. They're too consumed with picking the person that kissed the most butt. They're too concerned with picking the person who's politically correct. They're too concerned with picking the person who sat on the most committees. Forget all that nonsense. Pick the person who is going to be the most effective working with people. And when you have bosses that micromanage you, and you have bosses that create problems for employees when there's no problem there, you have a poisoned environment.
Well, they're not allowing them, the employee to be themselves.
No.
Because they're running around in fear.
Yeah.
If you've got a manager or whatever, or boss that's micromanaging, you are in nothing but fear.
Yes. Yes.
Now, a good boss would think, let my employee be himself and excel.
Right.
Very, very important.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, it's amazing how much... I think what you mentioned in the beginning, ego, is a big, big part of it. I think that when people create problems when there aren't problems at work, especially leaders, it makes them feel more important. When people create problems with coworkers, it makes them feel like...
Yeah, but they think that you know the old story, why try to fix something if it's not broken?
Exactly.
And sometimes these people think there's something broken.
Yes.
So they're very in an illusionary state of mind.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
yeah.
I think,
They see a problem that doesn't exist, but they genuinely see it. Yeah.
They just make this up.
Yeah.
They're like a magician.
Yeah.
Making up something.
Making up stuff, yeah.
Right, that magic of rhetoric.
Yes, yes. You know, the other problem this causes people who at the workplace who cause drama and create problems that don't exist. Not only is it poison for the workplace environment, a waste of your employer's money that he or she is actually paying you to cause nothing but problems.
Have you
A
ever,
waste of the taxpayers' dollars who are actually paying you to go to work and cause problems but the whole negative aspect to it, workplace drama, it's negative. People who do it tend to be negative people. Negativity zaps our energy, and it zaps the energy of everybody around us. So when these people do this at work, creating this drama, they're really sucking a lot of energy out of that workplace.
I mean, and that becomes very, very costly. I mean,
Yes.
the thousands of dollars. It depends the size of the major corporation or institution or whatever. It's in the millions.
Yes, yes.
And you know, and obviously declines in productivity
Yeah.
input.
Yeah,
Now, one of the things, okay, is the state of mind of the employees if they're a victim of it.
yeah.
If they are, now the anxiety levels go up and whatever, then they take sick leaves,
Yeah,
cost the company money.
yes.
Very, very, it's not productive.
No.
And mentally and physically, they become ill.
Yes.
Now, when one thing, okay, and also sleep disorders
Yeah.
at night.
Yes.
And there have been cases where in the morning, in that fear of being victimized, they'll drive to work and can sit in their vehicle in the parking lot and contemplate, do I go in or don't I go in, and things like that.
Yes.
Or they go home. It's that fear that has been generated.
Yes.
And it's not good. Now, as far as cost to a company, obviously, it is a ton of money, okay?
Yes.
A ton of money
Yes.
in their profits.
Absolutely.
Now, if you've got a company that's very, very well managed
Yes.
with very little drama, then the profits are going to be up,
Sure, productivity's up.
okay?
Yes.
And then that makes the company very competitive to
Yes.
stay in business.
Right.
And there's another door opener here, opportunity for raises,
Yes. Yes.
opportunity for a company to provide benefits as well if a company doesn't doesn't have benefits.
Right, right.
So this bad poison of drama, okay,
Yeah.
has disastrous effects
Absolutely.
to
Absolutely.
everybody.
Yes,
And,
absolutely.
and then let's say if a person or persons are victimized with this drama and in that fear, whatever, are they any good when they get home to their
No.
family, their children?
No.
They're on edge.
Yes.
And another great point, too, is let's say room for advancement with employees.
Right.
If an employee cannot excel,
Yes.
then there's not going to be for management to recognize.
Yes.
Here's a great person. Look what he can do or she can do.
Yes.
That is so unique for our company.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it is not conducive
No.
whatsoever.
No, it isn't. And this is why companies have to exercise a lot of prudence and a lot of wisdom in choosing the right leaders that don't tolerate this kind of thing at work, and they themselves do not create any kind of drama that isn't necessary, that isn't real. They run a smooth. They empower people, not zap them of their energy by being negative and creating problems and doing power trips and drama.
So you're basically saying, okay, when they hire, let's say
Yes.
management,
Yes.
okay, be more aware of who you're hiring.
Yes.
Okay, let's take the scenario, for example. There's a lot of this going on in a company right
Yes.
now.
Yes.
The question is how to handle that drama, let's say from the employer's perspective. Can I have your view on that? From the employer's perspective. If you were an employer
Right.
and you are in the midst of all this drama going on, what would you do?
That's a difficult question to answer. What would I do? Well, first and foremost, I think every leader has to set an example.
Exactly.
So if a leader is positive, empowering, elevate people to higher ground, make workers feel good about themselves, turn negatives into positives.
That's all example.
Not many people can do this. You know, people
that's
like
an
that.
art.
Going back
Dr.
to
Pete, that's an art.
yeah, going back to what we said before, you know, companies hiring people because they sat on the right committees and they did their time, and that's all nonsense. That's why they end up with bad leadership, and that affects the productivity of the company.
The leader, has to be aware and get a grip on this.
Yes,
Okay?
yes. So in addition to being an example, absolutely,
Right.
they have to get a grip
I mean,
on
a
it.
leader has to sort of take a step back and understand the nature of the conflict and
Yes.
the root of the problem,
Right,
rather than jump into the mess. Okay?
right. Absolutely.
Now, it is almost like, let's say in education, generally, if there's a conflict between two students, whatever, encouraged to work it out themselves.
Yes,
It's probably done in the workplace as well.
yes,
But your manager or whatever, in fact, the manager can act as a mediator,
yes, yes.
as a good listener,
Yes.
You know what I mean? In whatever he has to say or she has to say with an unbiased opinion. Mm-hmm. Okay? So that you can find a resolution
Yeah.
collectively.
Yeah, I think that, you know, along the lines of what you're saying there, I think the second thing, you know, the first thing I said was be a good example. But I think the second thing is a leader has to have the courage and the prudence to know how to deal with the situation. But they need the courage to confront employees and say, look, not in an antagonistic way, not in a destructive way. But say, look, I don't like what's happening here at the one-on-one. So they're not embarrassing people. Just bring people and say, look, we want a positive environment here. You're a great contribution to the company. You could do great things. But there's a lot of negativity going on. There's a lot of gossip and so I think that they have to have the courage to tackle the problem. That's the other problem.
It takes a certain type of person to do that.
A lot of leaders are afraid. They're afraid to deal with a problem because they don't know how to talk to people. They don't know how to deal with it.
Yeah, but
so they will,
if they can't talk to people,
will blanketly say
but
to
there could be, let's say, a conflict between two employees,
yes,
and some may have, they can't communicate. They may have communication difficulties. That leader, the boss or whatever, has to have the art of communication.
Right.
You know, and there was always, I could recall, because I've done white and blue collar in my experiences,
Yeah.
I'll never forget in blue collar one time. What makes a boss, is not himself.
No.
It's the people that work for him.
Yes.
Because people are very good.
Yes.
Then the boss will shine.
Yes. Absolutely. Well, that's why I've always believed in service-based leadership models.
Exactly.
And a leader, not only in terms of the model being service-based, but every leader has to be somewhat pastoral. So when you're dealing with someone else's problem, like them causing a lot of drama in the workplace or zapping people, you have to know how to work with them. You have to know how to deal with them so that you can empower them and hopefully create
win-win, doesn't it?
Yes, a win-win. That's what you want.
The respect.
Yeah.
And then the respect. If the two parties respect that leader,
Yes.
believe me, a resolution happens, bang, just like that.
Right.
Now, I just want to make another point, is how to handle and deal with the drama. Let's say if you were an employee.
Yes.
Generally, get away from negativity,
Right.
okay? and just get away from it and try not to be part of it, okay? And just say thank you very much or whatever.
Yeah, rise above it.
Rise above it.
Yeah.
Or let's say if they bring up that negativity and drama, quickly
Yeah.
change the subject. Like say to the person, hey, how's your kids and things like that, okay?
Yeah, that's a good...
You got to change that.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And sometimes that works as well.
Yes.
You know, that way you can gain respect for each other and whatever, you know?
Right, right.
But the important thing is to be focused on your job. That is very, very, very important. Focus on your job. And another thing is never, Dr. Pete, never take, sides and gossip. Just stay neutral in the middle. And be very, very discreet, because whatever you say can come back and bite you. That's why you have to be so discreet.
Exactly.
You know, it is. Another thing is, the drama creator. Oh, what's that now?
Another visitor. Every time we do our podcast, we got a visitor.
Again.
Who's that now? Oh, let's check. Oh my God.
Well, look who just walked in.
It's Dr. Bobo.
Dr. Bobo.
Good to see you. What a gift that you would come in at this time. And we're in fact, we are in the middle of a podcast here that your contributions would be fantastic.
We don't want to put you on the spot here now. I mean, this is unprepared for you.
No, this sounds like fun. What are you guys talking about?
This is going to be... Doctor, it's going to be spontaneity here.
Yeah.
How good are you on spontaneity?
Oh, I love spontaneity.
Well, our topic...
I'm going to make you think now.
Okay.
Our topic...
I'm game.
Our topic today, Dr. Bobo, is workplace drama.
Ooh.
Yeah, the people who cause problems in the workplace by creating problems that don't exist. People that spend a lot of time gossiping and criticizing other people. People who are negative and zap the workplace of energy.
Okay. Yeah.
And they do all these things. I was saying to Dr. Fuchs, that some people, you can give them the perfect job, the perfect wage, the perfect environment, the perfect boss, and they will create problems.
Yes.
Because they're built that way.
Yep.
So this is where we would love to get your expertise, especially from a female's perspective, and you've had different careers.
Yeah, I've been working now for a living 40 odd years. I've been in private sector, I've been in public sector. I've had a few good bosses, several bad ones. So yeah,
You're perfect. You're perfect. So the question, we'll start with this, because I don't know if we answered this question. Why do people create workplace drama?
What's your view?
Well, I think the number one problem is ego. I think you get the ones, who have an inflated ego, that they have no humility. They lose sight of the fact that there's 7-8 billion other people on the planet, and they're just one of them, right?
Interesting.
Yeah, they think too much of themselves. But I think even worse are the ones who are insecure. They go around trying to convince everybody, including themselves, that they're a big shot, right? And I've had a real problem with those types of people, because when they get promoted, they tend to be micromanagers, right?
Generally does lead to that.
Oh boy. Deep down, they feel that they're in over their heads. That's what I think is going on with people who become micromanagers. They're terrified. They're terrified things are going to go horribly wrong. They're grasping at straws to have control. And so this micromanaging, it helps them to feel like they have some control, which is hilarious because, nobody has control, particularly when it comes to other people, right?
Right.
So that can be a real vicious circle. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Though I've had a few of those over the years, micromanaging bosses, and they're a real pain in the behind, let me tell you.
Yeah.
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 But I've dealt with both types, I'd say. Yeah.
You say the primary cause then is ego.
Yeah, but then
humility.
you know what? I think there's another type, and that is the drama queen or the drama king.
Right.
So
right.
I think these are folks who have grown up in dysfunctional environments.
We alluded to
Right
that.
from,
Yeah.
right from childhood.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
It's almost like playground mentality.
Yeah, it tends to be
And
very
Dr.
childish.
Pete, I mean, I'm sure you've experienced this. Let's say at recess time, okay? Grade 3, grade 4. The one guy brings the basketball, okay? Now we're all going to play basketball in our 15-minute recess time, okay?
Yes.
But if he doesn't win and he's starting to lose right in the middle of the game, because of his ego, he's going to take the basketball away from everybody.
Yep.
Yeah.
Taking his ball and going home.
Yeah.
Yep.
You see, because he doesn't
Yeah,
get his own
absolutely.
way.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Well, with these
So
drama kings
sorry
and
to
queens.
interrupt, Dr. Bobo, but you're saying that there's another reason. Is
Yeah,
that what you're
and I
gonna
think
mention?
it's these people who have grown up amidst drama. And it's just human nature. We're drawn to the familiar, right? So no matter how dysfunctional or destructive it may be, if it's familiar, we're comfortable with that and we're drawn to that.
Interesting.
And I work with teenagers, and I can tell from their behavior, the ones who've grown up with dysfunction. You can just tell.
Right.
And it breaks my heart because in a lot of these cases, they don't have good role models.
right.
Do you think they're fighting or trying to reach out as a difficult thing in identity crisis, and they will go to extremes?
Well, I think they
They're
go to
in search of,
extremes. I know exactly what you mean, where their behavior, it is extreme. And I think it's because they don't have people skills and they don't have problem solving skills. So instead of using their words, they'll resort to shouting, using threats, name calling, even violence, because
Like a
that's
center
what
of
they
attention.
know. That's what they know, right?
And you're saying the same thing with adults. No?
Well-
we transfer it into adulthood.
Yeah, we do. We bring that into adulthood, but I'm a lot less likely to be forgiving of adults of this type of behavior than kids. Because when you're an adult, come on, time to get a grip. You can't blame mommy and daddy.
Yeah, but what
for
example do you
problems.
think those adults are giving their children at home?
Yeah,
Absolutely
exactly. And the
nothing.
cycle repeats, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It,
Now, sometimes those people, especially those kids, they don't set out to create drama. It's just they don't know. They don't know how to use their words to solve problems, to get along with people. They just don't know how.
Interesting.
And some adults who are like this, I think some of them too, they're just miserable.
Yes.
And you know what? We've all worked with them, right? The
Yeah.
sourpusses,
Yeah.
the pills, the Debbie Downers, right?
Yeah.
No matter what you say or do, no matter what happens,
Yeah.
they're in a bad mood.
Yes.
And you approach them with great caution because you know they're going to take your head off
Right.
no matter what you say or do,
Right.
no matter
When
how
you're-
much you
but
butter them
how?
up and
Right.
kiss their
Doc,
butts and
how are you going to take your brain in this circumstance and put it in their head?
Well,
It's
you
an
can't. That's the
impossi-
thing,
it's an
right? You've got to just
impossibility.
deal with them because you're not going to be able to control them. Just like you can't let them control you either, right? And anyway, these sourpusses that are out there, I've worked with a few of those, and they tend to be really skilled, really good at spreading the misery, right?
Manipulative.
Yeah,
But
they're good at it.
But would you agree that generally people don't want to be around negative people?
Yeah.
People like to be around people who are positive,
Up
optimistic.
and the up.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
would you say that a lot of these drama queens or whatever at work, they're shunned by people, or do they actually win people over?
No, I think some of them do, their tactics are that they're always up on the latest gossip. Even if they have to make some of it up, right? Because let's face it, it's almost a survival skill in the workplace to be up on the latest gossip, right? Like you
Right.
gotta know.
What's happening?
Yeah, right. So that you can protect yourself, and plus it can be
Yeah,
very
but-
entertaining.
Doctor, it's how you interpret that gossip in your mind. Okay? When you hear gossip,
Yeah.
it's how you interpret it.
Yes.
Okay? In your mind, it stops right there. You don't
Yeah.
continue it
Yeah.
and go up to the other person. Oh, did you hear this? All this kind of stuff and all
Yeah.
that.
You separate yourself from it.
Yeah, you
that-
try, right?
rise
You
above
try.
it.
But I think that the natural tendency for most people out there is to want to know what the latest gossip is. And so these people, they have something that other people want. They don't have the winning personality, right? They don't naturally draw people to them because of their personality and their great heart. They draw people to them because they tend to be good at gathering information, and they're only too happy to
Interesting.
share it.
Interesting.
Right.
What would you say a good leader would do to handle a problem where the environment's toxic? You're just put in a position of management. You're managing all these people. It's nothing but a cesspool of gossip and negativity and drama and creating problems that don't exist. How would a good leader handle that?
I think that it would be good to have a confidential one-on-one, depending on the number of people in the workplace, but to have a
Yes.
confidential one-on-one with people and kind of try and get the lowdown. And I figured out over the years that if there's a story, if you can get different people to tell you the same story, you're eventually able to kind of piece together the truth, right? Because certain things come up again and again, and some things are just so out there that oh, come on, you're just making that up.
Yeah.
Figure out what's actually going on. Communicate always about everything. Keep everybody on the same page. Don't keep people guessing. Oh my God, come on. Do we want to accomplish our mission? Or do you want to just, frustrate people?
Right.
Communicate.
Right.
And as best you can, try to manage those difficult personalities, right? Set boundaries.
Set
And
boundaries,
yeah,
yes,
and
absolutely.
be the type of boss that people trust. That people can go to them and say, you know what, I've tried this, I've tried that, and
Right.
this person is just a problem,
Yes.
right? And be the kind of boss who can handle that.
Yes.
Right.
I was saying to Dr. Fuchs that it's important that these leaders have a pastoral side to them.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. A good
Yeah.
leader has good people skills.
Good people. They gotta have courage.
Yes.
They gotta have prudence, but they gotta have a pastoral side to them.
Yes.
Well,
People will respond.
Yeah.
and let's call this in the workplace as the managers, the workplace itself should have programs of continuing education. Where that continuing education is like the managers or the bosses and the company will pay for it. Put them out there, in various courses. In human relations, how to deal
Professional
with
development. Yeah.
Yeah.
professional development, and there are a lot of companies that do that,
Right.
and it's interesting. Companies that do that, they're very profitable.
Yes, the companies that do it right.
Yes,
There's
that do
a-
it right.
That do it right,
Ah,
because a lot
good
of,
point.
we've all worked in big organizations where they bring in these flakes that are talking about nothing but nonsense.
Yeah.
Giving a workshop, they
Yeah.
don't know what they're talking
Yeah.
about, and even if they do know what they're talking about, it's totally irrelevant to the problems that you're confronted with at the workplace.
Yep.
They pay these people big bucks and they basically have nothing valuable to offer. So they gotta enroll people in good professional development programs.
Okay, but let's say a big corporation. The shareholders of that company should implement that type of stuff where hire people, management teams
Yes,
that have people skills,
yes.
leadership skills.
Right.
From that point of view,
Yes.
Because let's face it, the shareholder is really the boss.
Yes.
The
Well, I know
corporation.
from my years in the private sector, Dr. Fooch, what I found was it was all about the bottom line, and shareholder, upper management, they don't give a crap. It's all about the money, right? If they've got a good leader, a bad leader, they don't care. They show us the dollar signs, right? That's all
Yeah, but what
they want to hear
happens
about.
though? What happens when the dollar signs are not there? That company is headed for bankruptcy.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
But, get involved on that level of management, I can't see that.
I know there's a lot
Unfortunately,
there.
it's a great idea, but I don't think anybody would do that.
Before we come to a close here, I want to ask Dr. Bobo a sensitive question.
Oh, yeah.
Do you think that there's is workplace drama in any way age-related, gender-related? Like, does it tend to be more older people that are worn out, younger people with a bad attitude, women, men? Have you seen any patterns there? Or is it just universal, has no attachments?
That's a really good question.
It's a tough.
I do think, and this could just be my own bias, but I do think women tend to be guiltier of creating workplace drama. And I say that because women tend to be more inclined to play mind games than guys, because guys have physical power, right? If they have a beef with somebody, they beat them up, right?
Yeah.
Kick their ass. But among women, they play mind games.
Interesting.
Do you think
And-
it's because of competitiveness? Women are very, very competitive of each other.
Well, I think that for women, playing games is like a source of it helps them to feel powerful in a way that men feel
see.
powerful physically,
Interesting.
right? They play games.
Interesting. Now, what I have found is that with guys, as they get older, tired, burnt out,
Yeah.
they get pretty negative and grumpy.
What
And
a
then
way
you
to
know-
go.
And then you know it's time for retirement. buddy.
Yeah.
What a
It's
way
time
to
hang
go.
up
Yeah,
the-
they can be grumpy, but they won't necessarily create issues for other people.
But they may be negative.
Yes.
Yeah, they
Well, good luck
become
to
negative.
them. How many more years do you think they got left in their life? Be
Yeah.
happy.
Be happy,
Be at peace,
exactly.
Enjoy.
Yeah. So listen, that was great. What a great gift to have Dr. Bobo drop in on us. I think she saved the day.
cool.
We needed not just the female perspective, but we needed some intelligence added to our conversation.
Thank
you
you,
agree?
Dr. Peter.
Would you agree?
Thank you.
Well, listen, thanks for joining us today. If you'd like to write us with a topic you think is important and needs to be our expert opinion on, write us at drdrpodcast@yahoo.com. That's drdrpodcast@yahoo.com. And maybe you just like to offer your expertise. We'd love to hear from you. Also, if you'd like a digital copy of the book, The History of Time from the Big Bang to the Present, write us at, again, drdrpodcast, drdrpodcast@yahoo.com. And we'll send it to you at no charge. If you have a chance to win, you get a chance to win a $50 prize. The last page of the book presents you with a contest you may want to enter. Well, thanks, Dr. Fooch and
Thank
Dr.
you.
Bobo. Thank
Thanks,
you.
Dr.
fun.
Bobo.
Great. Have a great
Maybe we'll have
day
you
to
on again
everybody
sometime.
out there. Yes.